see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will go to work first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Pulls it in, it's Patterson.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
The Yellow Jackets come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. It's complete to the left. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Finds his tight end. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. They just keep firing. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Red pass, it's complete. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Looking for a man, it's Kane. Finds his big tight end. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Between the uprights, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that 1st drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that 1st drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Orange offense will get its first chance now. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Short of Indiana's Curt Cignetti, perhaps no one had a more impressive debut in 2024 than Fran Brown at Syracuse, and they're set up well to continue their success.
Well, Fran Brown did a great job in the portal bringing in Kyle McCord at quarterback. He really helped ignite the offense. Now all of a sudden you've got to replace that missing piece. So I think a big part of the success this year, David, for Syracuse offense, can you score points and can you have a consistent signal call?
Yeah, because you're losing that quarterback first of all and all the guys he was throwing to. So they won 10 games way ahead of schedule. Fran Brown promising now. Got to do it. Got to reload with some new cast of characters and a little more difficult schedule.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. Runs through a tackle. Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Off play action on first down. Makes the catch. It's Willis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big third down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but this guy has been locked in. He's 5 for 6 on the opening drive of the game, and the coaching staff felt like he had a great week of preparation coming into this one. I think they were expecting him to have this hot start.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Orange! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Lining up to add another.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Finds his big tight end and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Got it behind the line. It's Rutherford. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw, it's King. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Rutherford. Powers through. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads it left. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. See if they can get the edge on the jet sweep. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, there's a lot of ways to skin the cat in a running game, you know? It doesn't have to just be runs up the middle on short yardage situations. How about going jet sweep and with the receiver's speed just enough to get outside and get that first down?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. That's caught. It's Willis. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll put it in play from the 27. First down. Rushes on him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. The short hands. It's Cook. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great game day atmosphere today in Atlanta. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the 5th oldest venue in college football, Bobby Dodd Stadium.
And the Yellow Jackets will boot it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half. There he goes! Plays like that, a common sight for Syracuse fans. A year ago, as Kyle McCord led the nation in passing, the Orange won 10 games, won their highest profile bowl in a quarter of a century. Without McCord, what's the expectation now, David?
I mean, it was crazy, first of all, what Fran Brown did. Like, to take Syracuse and to make them believe, and then the high-flying offense, but now completely retooling, reloading, like, all the pass catchers at the quarterback spot. So interested to watch this offense and how they put it together, because last year they found an absolute diamond in the rough.
On the run, it's Willis. Picks up the first down. Got room at the 35. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding. Offense.
There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. He'll do it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. But the problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football. But it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
It's just a timing route, and if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides the back on the option to give. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
The Yellow Jackets back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He has the first and still on his feet. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books, time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Caught in the backfield. It's Rutherford. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Finds his big tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these 1st downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another 1st down. Wants to throw again. Snagged in the middle, it's Willis. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads it downfield. Snags it inside the 20. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
They'll run it from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Into the end zone. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cuse.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today.
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Looking to pass, it's King. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. He'll pull it down and run. That's a fumble. And what a fortuitous turn of events to get that football back.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
Going to swing it on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play? You can dial up, maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Takes a hit as he fires. That's reeled in. It's Gill. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.